Hello, and welcome back to the Coup de Villa channel. I'm Scott Cooper, and we are back to talk about Fulham versus Aston Villa from Thursday night at Craven Cottage. And is this the end for Steven Gerrard? This has got to be the end, right? We'll be getting into what was a terrible match after this. Okay, so we were back for some midweek action in the Premier League. We were down at London at Craven Cottage. Steven Gerrard under pressure, as he has been for a long time now, Noah, and this has got to be it, right? This is the bottom of the barrel right here. 3-0 defeat, and the away end singing "You'll Be Sacked in the Morning," as well as other songs like "You Slipped Over." it was just like the most toxic atmosphere I've ever seen.
Yeah, look, I'm kind of glad I'm out of there, to be honest.
Oh yeah.
It's turned rapidly, which obviously expected. I mean, we've played the three promoted sides once this season. Sorry, we've played them all once this season and got 1 point from all the
Mm.
promoted sides. So, I mean, it's. I hope not, but it's looking like a 15-16 rolling out at the moment. It's absolutely shocking. You got to fire the bullet now. He's got to go. I actually don't think we get Pochettino at this rate.
No.
The way we're going. But
No,
yeah, horrific.
I think the Pochettino rumors are very ambitious and yeah, not likely whatsoever. I really don't know who will end up with.
I would take Rafa Benitez if you offered me him right now. I would take it. I would honestly. I think he's an experienced manager. I know it's probably not like the
Mm,
best shout, but at the moment, who's available? Who would you take? Sean Dyche? I wouldn't take Sean Dyche. I don't like. I just don't think.
well, that's it. I mean, I think
I'll go manage him.
we need someone probably to steady the ship now. So someone with Premier League experience, someone who has been there before at the wrong end of the table, and yeah, a Rafa Benitez, someone like that, I guess would be. It wouldn't thrill me with excitement, but I I would take it, and yeah, we need something because Steven Gerrard has just completely lost the dressing room. The fans have turned, and from the first minute today, the players just didn't look like they had a plan. They didn't look like they wanted to fight for the manager, for the team, for each other, and it was one of the worst performances I've seen in a very very long time. Noah, so we came out of the blocks here and just really didn't touch the ball for it seemed like 10 minutes or so. Fulham just constant pressure. Mitrovic causing a lot of problems at the back with the ball swung into the box. And then eventually we went 1-0 behind to Reed's goal. Again, if it wasn't for Emi Martinez, we probably would have been 3-0 down by that point.
Oh, exactly. I mean, the scoreline, you can't really complain about the scoreline, can you? I mean, 3-0 probably is we'll take it, decent 3-0 defeat. It could have been 6 or 7, like if you think about it. It's just absolutely terrible. Like, as you said, I think I sent a message to our group chat maybe 10 minutes into the game, like we're gone.
Yeah.
We were gone 10 minutes into the game. We were
Yeah.
nowhere near it at all. It was kind of like I heard someone say this on Twitter earlier, like we were playing against, well, let's say FA Cup. We were playing a Premier League side. We were a League One side. That's how it kind of looked. They dominated the ball. They absolutely ran us off the park. And
Mm.
I mean, 30. I'm surprised how late the goal came in the half.
That's it. It wasn't even championship level performance.
It was terrible. And their main striker Mitrovic, absolute bully, has a free header at the back stick.
Yeah.
Fair play to Mings. I thought Mings, besides the own goal, which I don't think he could have done much about, I thought he actually had a decent-ish game compared to everyone else. But I
Mm.
was actually more surprised that Cash didn't start the game. So I thought Cash played pretty well in the last outing. I mean, obviously
Mm.
it was very tough against
I
Chelsea,
think they
but
were worried about those balls to the back post and
they didn't play three centre
Mitrovic.
backs. They played concert right back. If they played
Yeah.
a back five or a back three, that kind of makes sense. But I just don't know why you'd start Conser at right back
Yeah, it
when
was
he got
odd.
he got rinsed. He got
Yeah,
rinsed.
it was
So
an odd decision, and Concert didn't look comfortable out there at all. But McGinn in the midfield again just kept up his consistent form all season of giving the ball away every time he had it. I didn't see Jacob Ramsey all match. And yeah, it was just it was terrible, but it wasn't a shock. It was the kind of thing that we've come to expect from Villa under Steven Gerrard. It's straight after the kickoff here. I'm straight after full time, and I'm in a bit of shock still as to what I've just witnessed because
I'm not. I got used to it now. I mean, it's just what we've come to get used to.
yeah,
We get up at God knows what o'clock. I got up at 5:30. You got up at what 2:30 to watch the game, and we are terrible.
yeah. I'm not shocked at the performance. I'm just shocked at the fact that it's got to this point. It's this bad, and it's so horrible. And I really can't see, even if we get a good manager in, how they're gonna really save this because
We have good players, Scott. We have
I don't know if we
unbelievable
do.
players. I think we do.
I don't know if we do.
I think
Or
we'll get
maybe.
someone to get a good shoot. You're telling me the players that we had under Dean Smith, like Konsa, like Mings, like Cash, all these players that had such good seasons, Watkins as well, had such good seasons under Dean Smith 2 seasons ago, have regressed this rapidly.
Well,
It's the play style. It's the play style. It's honestly, like Coutinho is a world class player. He's such a good player, and he hasn't got a goal or an assist this season. Someone will get a tune out of these players. It's not Steven Gerrard clearly. Like Jacob Ramsey, he scored 1 goal this season against Southampton, but we've scored 7 goals this season, and we have Danny Ings, who consistently over 20 goals a season. So the talent's there. The talent is there. I mean, it's just someone's got to get the tune out of him.
Yeah, well, yeah, I just don't know. I just can't see how that happens, really. I mean, even if we had Guardiola at this point, I don't really know how these players can sort of pick themselves up off the floor. That's how bad it's got. I mean, I'm really concerned.
We thought this under Dean Smith though when we lost 5 in a row.
Yeah,
we thought exactly the same thing.
And Gerrard's come in and he hasn't really done anything.
But he did at the start. Let's say he did. He won 2 in a row.
He won a couple of games. Yeah, he won a couple of games. But yeah, I think it's just a bit of a poison chalice, Noah. I think there's rumors of Pochettino and Tuchel. I mean, that's crazy. That's fantasy land for me. I don't think we're going to get either of them. I don't think and even if we did, I don't know how they would pick this team up and get them to a comfortable position in the league. I think there is issues with the players, and that's not going to go away. Yeah, I'm just really concerned, and I think we're going to end up in the bottom 3 or 4. Hopefully, not in the bottom 3. But it's going to be close. It's going to be tight, and there's Leicester are winning games now. We're in some deep shit.
No, 100% we are. I mean, we're 1 goal, I think, outside the bottom 3 at the moment, unless we're now in the bottom 3. I didn't really check the table after the game, to be honest. I know we're down there, or as Steve Reeves would say, there or thereabouts in the bottom 3. So it's just a terrible place to be. The away fans have turned. I mean, to be fair, to their credit, until the goal kind of went in, they were still up and about. They were cheering. I heard Steven Gerrard's clap or army going around. So they were backing him in. But to give up a performance like that, they've travelled on Thursday night to get to London, sell out away end, and dish up that absolute shit.
And then the red card. I mean, I'm sort of done with VAR completely. And
I mean, the screen wasn't even working.
Oh no, it's a joke. That was never a red card, even though I think the game had gone at that point anyway. But he goes chest to chest with him. He doesn't headbutt him.
He moved his head forward. I mean, I kind of think if the shoe was on the other foot, would be saying it was a red. But
no,
I've seen them not given. I've seen them given. And unfortunately, when it's not going your way, it's not going your way.
It's not going our way, and it's typical Villa and all of that. But I just think that is a joke to call him over to the monitor for that. I mean,
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like if it's
yeah,
like if he'd given a red card, um, you know,
straight up.
then okay, but he's not given a red card.
No,
He's called over to the monitor, and then he thinks, "Oh, I've missed something here." You know, maybe I'm in the wrong. So he goes over there, and we know every time you get called over to the monitor, you're going to change your decision. That's just the way it is. I would just love to see a referee one day go, "No, that's
yeah.
you
I,
know
will-
that."
I will say though, Scott, fair play to Mitrovic because he was shot. He was dead. Like I thought he was knocked out, gonna have to get stretched it off. Fair play to Mitrovic. Got up, played the rest of the game, and congratulations to him. I thought he died. Honestly, I thought he died on the field because he was rolling around, hands on head.
Yeah, it was disgraceful. But obviously what Douglas Luiz did was silly. He did react slightly, but it was never a headbutt and it wasn't violent conduct, in my opinion. Then we had the own goal from Mings, which kind of
You missed
was
one before that. You missed the
was
penalty too, which I don't think was a penalty.
it's true. It's the penalty. Yes, I don't think that was a penalty either.
So stiff.
Yeah, he's not even looking at the ball. His arm,
It hits him in the arm, but he's like a meter away from him, Scott. And
exactly.
Mitrovic absolutely belts this ball.
Hmm.
Like, how the hell are you meant to react? Like, you cannot run and fling yourself at the ball with your hands by your side. In
That's it.
my opinion, the hands were in a natural position. Yes, it hit the arm. And once it hits the arm, it's always going to be the decision's obviously always going to stand.
Yeah.
And I think if it wasn't given, it would have been given anyway because that's how the rule is now.
Well, we saw with the Liverpool Arsenal match, Gabriel had a similar incident where it was crossed into his arm from a meter away, and that wasn't given. So,
Yeah. There's no
yeah,
consistency.
there's no consistency. There's no clarity from the referees. They don't have to actually explain any of these decisions. And I mean, in this particular game, it didn't matter. It didn't affect the result. But going forward, we I would just like to see a bit more clarity from the referees, and I just feel as if we need a bit of luck. It's got to turn around some point, and we've got to get a bit of luck, but it wasn't in this game, and Steven Gerrard is in deep shit, I would suggest.
I'm actually surprised he hasn't been sacked now, to be honest. And we're recording this 20 minutes after after full time.
Yeah,
Um,
I could see him just resigning. To be fair, like someone who's as proud a guy as Steven Gerrard and has been, has done what he has done in football. I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure he can't take the fact that the crowd are now turned against him, and something's got to happen.
He'll play it out. He'll play it out.
Well, I think it's untenable.
Do you resign? Or do you get sacked and get a massive pay packet, Scott?
Well, of course, he'll probably do that, but yeah, no, that's a good point. But yeah, I just think it's an untenable position, and the crowd, the chairman has to react and get rid of Gerrard, and yeah, let's hope it's before Brentford, because Villa Park could be a very horrible place on Sunday if he still is in charge.
I think it will be. I think he will be. I honestly, I hope not, but I think he'll be there. I think he will be there. And as much as it pains me to say that, I thought it'd be gone after Chelsea. I thought, you know what, they'll wait for the streak, these winless, the streak, the 4-game, unbeaten run to end, and then they'll sack him. But no, and I guarantee because of the red card, they'll give it to Brentford.
Yeah, he'll use the red card and the penalty as an excuse I'm sure we haven't heard.
I just
the
hate
post-match
that
interview yet, but
it's not. We were shocking anyway. You know what I mean? It's not an excuse. We created nothing. Danny Ings had a header that went 2 kilometers an hour to Leno. And by the way, they hadn't kept a clean sheet all bloody season. Bring on Aston Villa and they get a clean sheet.
Yeah, I could tell as soon in the first 5 minutes, even before the goal, I could tell
they wanted it more.
Yeah,
they wanted it more.
On those tight pitches like Craven Cottage, you've got to move the ball quickly, and you've got to move the ball and pass and move in position, be fluid with your movements when you don't have the ball. And those are two things we just don't do. We
We
don't move the
don't do.
ball. We don't move the ball quick enough. We don't move for each other. It's yeah, and we just got exposed by a decent championship team.
Oh, decent.
Absolutely destroyed by a decent championship team, and that's what Fulham are. And we are terrible. And
We're worse than that, Scott. But
I know.
honestly, on like the front three against Chelsea created so many amazing chances,
Yeah.
and we created absolutely nothing today against a team that's worse than Chelsea. And they played us off the park. Chelsea didn't play that well against us.
No, but I mean, like these performances that are like, you know, like the Man City draw, like the Chelsea game, you know, just by law of averages, you're going to have a good performance every now and then. But the general feeling and the general sort of performance level has been terrible, you know, in 80-90% of the games. So we need to, you know, be brave as a club and look at, you know, what's happening here and just and pull the trigger. You know, even if it's Critchley or something has to take over for a while until we can find a new manager, take our time, make the right decision, because if we don't, we're in the championship, we're gone. There's no other way around it, in my opinion. And I think really there's not much else to say there, Noah.
No.
Yeah, absolutely incredibly poor performance, and yeah, we are in a relegation battle, ladies and gentlemen. Steven Gerrard will not be in that relegation battle for much longer.
I hope not. But
I
Scott, if it doesn't get from any worse, by the way, bit of an announcement too. Troy Eccles, Mrs. Grandson, apparently a great striker, scouted by many teams, even Aston Villa, has just signed for Birmingham City.
Oh,
so yeah, so congratulations to them, by the way. You know, getting a professional or youth contract, I guess you could say. So, but not at the right
Troy,
club.
but yeah,
Not at the right club.
He doesn't have to stay there for his whole career, I guess. But well, that's good to know for Troy. Yeah, well, so where do we go from here? So it's Brentford on Sunday. Do you want to give us predictions? I don't know what to say. Do you think Gerrard will be there?
I hope not. I think he will be though, as I said.
Yeah.
But I think we will lose 2-0. Ivan Toney with a brace.
Yep.
It's like, honestly, like, what can I even say? Like,
yeah, I know.
I feel like, yeah,
it's a bit too raw to do the podcast straight after a game like that. But that's what you're getting. And please support us, like and subscribe to the video, and let us know in the comments who do you think will be in charge for the game against Brentford. Do you think we'll have a Benitez or a Pochettino, or or will it be Steven Gerrard still? Please let me know. And thanks for his support. We're going to wrap it up there. Up the Villa, Noah. We will see you for Brentford, and hopefully it's the start of a new dawn. Up the Villa. See you all later.